I make it look easy. No flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the streets, I make it look easy. Easy, 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 too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This your boy DJ Legacy back again with another episode, Living Your Legacy Podcast, episode number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, you see a familiar face, my brother DJ Omix. Welcome back.
What up, what
he
up?
Said he's ready for round 2, baby, from the first one. Glad I could have you back, brother. Appreciate you for being
man.
the co-host on this episode.
Always a pleasure.
Now today, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've seen him everywhere. I know you've seen him on camera. I know you've seen him in the Perreo contest. I know you've seen him DJing in the Southwest. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Rey, the Southwest. I hope I said that right. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my brother DJ Willy B, baby. What's up? What's up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, dog?
By the time you ready to come on.
Have you slept?
I have.
Bro, you DJ like 24/7, bro.
Actually, I've been waiting for Legacy to invite me to his podcast.
Oh man, bro, I'm glad to have you on, dog. Like Omix just said, bro. It's time, bro. It's time consuming with you because Jesus Christ, this man. The city that never sleeps, the DJ that never sleeps, right here.
That's how it is. That's how it is. Legacy, thank you for having me. Omix is in Spanish. Es un gusto. It's a pleasure being next to y'all.
I'm telling you, man. I wake up, he's DJing. I go to sleep, he's DJing. I'm going to work, he's DJing now. This man is nonstop. This man's a machine.
One of the hardest working men in show business.
Thank you guys.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Well, Willy B, welcome, man. Thank you for being on. I always like to start this podcast by saying, well, we changed it up a little bit, Omix. We changed it up, right? So usually we're in the ante room, but this podcast is a little bit different because we're gonna start doing segments where we do talks with the DJs, and we do a little bit of DJ talk and industry talk. It's also about living your legacy. We'll get to that a little bit later, but it's a change of scenery. So we are in the PYP room, the Pick Your Poison room, which is also next to Vita Garden and Arte, in between Medellin. So it's a little bit of a change of scenery. So thank you, Pick Your Poison, for setting this up for us. Shout out to 2 a.m. And also shout out to Barrio Land. If you don't know, Barrio Land has been coming over here and supporting us for the longest. He's been supporting me. Shout out to Javi. Shout out to Brian. Barrio Land, go follow them at Barrio. I think it's, Barrio Land on Instagram. Just follow them. Plenty of juices, plenty of mixers for your next party. You might have seen them out here with us, mixing up a little bit of tequila, mixing up a little bit of vodka.
The boys can party. The boys can party.
Oh, hey, and they can party. They can party. They can party. So shout out to them, man. So Willy B,
what's
like
up?
I
What's
said,
up?
man, welcome out, brother. What you been up to, man?
Working hard, thank God there's work. I was working 7 days a week. Now I had to at least take 2 nights off. But
yeah, you have to.
Hey, by choice or by?
Oh, well, I mean, I chose to. Health is wealth, so you got to take care of your health too. You have to sleep and just got to take care of yourself and not push yourself to that limit where you can't anymore. So, but thank God there's still work and we're here.
Willy B, speaking about work, Willy, you've been in the industry for
shit,
dog.
This is gonna be my 17th.
Holy shit.
17 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I started right when I was 16, 15. And been working hard since in the quinceañeras and in the mobile DJ and then I went to the club scenery. It's been a while.
Motherfuckers are graduating and
yes, actually,
were born at the time you started DJing.
Actually, the day of my graduation, it was a Sunday, and that night I actually took over the first club where that opened the door for me in the Southwest.
After your graduation?
Right after my graduation, yes, that same night, that Sunday afternoon, that same night I went to work.
So is that where you started? You started right off the clubs, or were you already doing something
I was already doing it. I was doing it because my junior year, I was already working. Shout out to Vertigo.
Nice.
Vertigo, that wasn't the first club that opened its doors to me in the Southwest.
I blacked out there a couple of times with this guy. So
right after graduation, that's when I took over. I'm ready to be here because back then I had school, like Sunday nights going into Mondays was hard for me. I would go to school. I mean, we're not all that perfect, but I used to skip a lot to sleep in a car.
So did you go straight into the clubs, or were you doing the house parties, quinceañeras, and all that stuff?
I did the quinceañeras first. I did a lot of quinceañeras. So before the quinceañeras, I don't know if a lot of people's gonna remember when Tribal that the revival movement was popping.
Huge.
I actually was up and down. Like I got a lot of recognition going up and down, and I used to get booked by quinceañeras like crazy. With some other guys, we used to throw parties every Friday, and that rival movement really gave me a push to a lot of like with the quinceañeras and then weddings also, and all these other parties, and like Fridays. I remember every Friday we used to just throw a party in all the halls in the Southwest, and that gave me a big push. And after that, all the quinceañeras, the mobile DJing, and then when I graduated high school, I was like, "Yo, I'm ready. I want to go to the club. I wanted to go to the club." And I remember that I was already working. Like I'm telling you, my junior year, I got in to Vertigo. I actually went in as an MC. Like their MC left, and
you saw that door, and man, sometimes that's all it takes, man. You see
the MC, like the MC left, and the manager, you probably know him, which is our sound guy and light guy at El Centro now. He was the manager at Vertigo, so he was the one. Hey, you got the potential. You want to work? I was like,
I didn't know that.
I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So yeah, so Luis Polanco, our sound guy and light guy at El Centro, was the first guy that actually, he was like, hey, you want to work with us? I was like, let's do it. And then I remember the MC left, and that night, like I'm telling you, I used to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays at Vertigo as an MC at first. And I was already DJing, but they didn't trust me a lot with.
So were you MC?
I was MCing with the DJ. Like I was MCing with the DJ. Like
you just wanted to get in.
But I just wanted to get in. So I was like, fuck it. I just want to get in. Like I want to be in the club scene. Yeah. So and then.
And mind you were 17, 18?
I was 17. I was 17 at the time, and I remember I was there. Shit, I was MCing, and then after that, like a couple of, like a year or two, the actual resident DJ left, and they were like, "Hey, come on, it's your time to shine."
And once you saw that opportunity, you had to take it.
Yeah, I had to take it, and I went for it. And I remember their packed house Saturdays. Saturday was crazy, and I went from there. And thank God, from there, it opened more doors. I did radio. I don't know if you remember. You used to listen to
the live broadcast. Shout outs. He's giving me shout out. Before I even moved to Houston, he'll give me shout outs. I was in Galveston.
What were you doing? You did radio at that young?
I was from the club. Young? Well, yeah, from the club we used to do the live broadcast from the radio. So I would mix 4 hours from 9 to 12.
What station was that?
104.9. 104.9.
It's crazy. Yeah. I'd be going to dinner with my parents. I'm like, hey, I know the DJ. Like, no, you don't. I'm like, hey, Willie, give me a shout out. So my parents, I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. So I remember Omix always, hey, give me a shout out. And I always shout him out. I remember it was the 4 hours from 9 to 12. Crazy. And that gave me a big push to get into also to radio. And that's why I thank God. I always thank all the staff at Vertigo for giving me that opportunity. And now we're here.
And you know what's dope, bro, is that you are going back to that, and you are giving them, their flowers.
I left my doors open. That's the good thing. I left my doors open. When I left, I was like, hey, you know what? I want to take the next step. This is gonna always be my area, the Southwest. But I want to, explore more, and coming into Midtown, coming into downtown. At the time we went to Washington at the old Standard. It was a little bit different, the format, the concept, the music wise was so different from what I was playing in the Southwest. And, but it was
man, I'm glad you brought that up about leaving the doors open, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Because once you burn those bridges, that's it. There's no going back to that. Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of the new guys don't understand. Like, man, we're seasoned. We've been around for a very long time. And what's crazy, we're still cool with the people that gave us those first opportunities.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the new guys forget that. Like, it's always never burn your bridges. Like, no matter what, just leave. Hey, maybe it's just better if I just walk away from the situation.
Yes.
Instead of just like, nah, screw you. I don't need you, this and that. And then a month later you can't find work. Like, well, now you burn everything.
It's like I can go and say, like, it's not just the new guys, it's also seasoned guys also. Yeah. But it's like, all right, guys, like, all right, for new DJs, I would say, okay, there's no point for you having an ego.
True.
I get the ego from, seasoned DJs and seasoned guys, right? But just because they might not agree with something that might be happening, and I was just talking to one of the OG homies, and it's just like, that's a very important thing, right? Because there's some OG DJs that are still doing it.
Yep.
They're still doing it. Why? Because they didn't burn bridges. Correct. They kept their name good. Yeah. Hey, look, None of this has nothing to do with me. Whatever.
Exactly.
Because the industry is a grimy fucking industry.
It'll take you in, eat you up, and spit you back out.
And it's and
shit you out.
This is an important thing that I really wanted to talk about too. We're gonna stay on keeping the open doors things because you gotta, as a DJ, you gotta separate yourself and build your own brand separate to. Like, we love where we work, right? We do this, but we all have a brand to separate ourselves from this, right?
And pause and before we keep going with that subject. So before, when I was during hold on.
You guys say no, did he?
So while I was at Vertigo, right when I graduated, that's when I also met Mike. Mike, shout out to Mike, the boss man out here. So that's when I met Mike also. So he's, I will always come during that time. He would throw, the Colombian festival parties. He would throw the Colombian game parties or all these other parties. And he brought me on yo, you're gonna work with me. Let's do it. And ever since, also with Mike, we've kept the best relationship ever, a perfect relationship. And we're here,
man. Speaking of that, shout out to Mike, shout out to you, shout out to even the light guy from Centro.
Yeah. We shout out Mike too much,
Mr. Polanco. But the point that I was getting at, like nowadays, guys, like anybody in the industry, they'll see it doesn't work out for a couple months and they give up. Yes. Like, bro, we failed for years and years and years and years, and we tried and we tried. We never gave up, and we're still going. We're still going. We're not over here like now we're comfortable. Like, no, we want more. What's
like
next?
Party.
What's next? Yes,
like a pity party.
Yeah, like, nobody wants to book me. Nobody wants to. Bro, I'm trust you. You say that they won't. Nobody gives a shit. It's up to you. It's up to you. Nobody's gonna tell you. Oh man, you should keep. Fuck that. Nobody's gonna tell you that.
But then also you guys too, and a lot of people don't understand. Right now they see you guys, and I will say that you two guys are really the two top DJs in Houston right now. And look, you can ask anybody as far as mic presence, and as far as like DJing, you two guys are the top two DJs that I would say that are in Houston. Because yes, look, I'll put it like this: there's a trifecta, right? Mm-hmm. You're killing your city. You two guys are traveling, done radio, or still doing radio.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And right now, y'all are holding it down. But what I mean by a lot of these guys out there, and I'm glad that we're doing this, is because they don't recognize how many times y'all had to roll through the punches. And the main thing was not getting accepted.
True.
Bro, not getting accepted because that goes back to, like on the last podcast, when we went to Washington. Nobody accepted us on fucking Washington, bro.
Nobody.
They were like,
what
the fuck?
I used to fill in at certain bars now that are...
Well, sure, you used to DJ at all these bars when it was Midtown.
Yeah, before they land. Yeah, but it was to a point. So I started off around this area, and it was to the point. Man, I wanted to do the Latin thing, but they couldn't. As soon as you touch Latin, like no Latin, no hip hop, keep everything upbeat, and it's crazy to see where it's at now. Yeah. Where like now Latin's like running the industry, but it was to the point where like if I didn't adjust to what they wanted, that was it. But like now I get to where it's like now you're gonna book me for what I do.
Yeah,
true. So and I think that's a thing that a lot of you don't understand. Like it's cool. But you gotta it's a whole going back. You gotta build yourself. You gotta build your own brand. Like yes, it's cool for who you work with. We love who we work with. But at the end of the day, who are you?
Yeah,
it takes time. Trust me, it takes time. Like Omix said, like you're gonna fail. Everybody's gonna fail. Like
and how
it took me a while. Like it took me a while to adjust to this. Like it took me a while. Like I'm not like the hip hop. That genre, I'm not strong.
You get a little ratchet,
but I'm like, man, I got it. Like you can put me in any room. I'm like, I got it. Cool. Yeah, I'll take care of it. But it took me a while to adjust out here. Coming from the Southwest, it's like it's a whole different scene.
So Willie, I was gonna ask you. I'm gonna come back to some things that we just touched on right now, but I want to go back to your journey. Right now, while you were doing. At 17 years old, right, when you first got into the club, like I said, I didn't even know straight after graduation, right? What were some of the influences, like, of you wanting to actually go into radio? Like, were you listening to any DJs? Were you listening to, because yes. I'm not too in touch with the Latin scene like how y'all two are.
Back then I was like pretty much in love with Alex Sensation. Alex Sensation was a guy that I always looked up to.
And he's still going.
And he's still going hard at it. That guy, he's still going hard. He's a celebrity. He's an artist now. He records music. He's a DJ. So that's the one guy that I always looked up. And I looked up so much to the New York market. I started following all these DJs. I started following like all these, like the radio person, like all these people. And I looked up so much into that market, which I was like, in that mixing style they had, But Alex Sensation was the one guy. And then there was another guy called DJ Bacan that it was either Bacan, Alex Sensation, or DJ Lobo. That was the only people I would just listen to on a daily basis. Just listening to them. And that's the person I looked up like a lot of DJs now. Like nowadays, a lot of Latin DJs. That's like their idol. That's what they look up to is Alex Sensation. So that was one of my, back when I was 17, 16, like the dude was going crazy. Like I would listen to him every single day. I passed like
kind of studying it.
Yes, and the music. Plus I was still at a really, really Latino club out there in the Southwest. In the music wise, and the way he played on radio was it was just crazy.
And he still does. It's crazy. There's times I'll tune in with him, and I'll just sound like, man, I've never. You think you know Latin? You listen to that guy, and he's rocking.
Really
Everybody's just rocking,
it.
and it's like, what the Shazam. Nah, shout out to Alex Sensation.
Yeah,
bro.
He's the I always say he's like the number one Latino DJ in the world, dude.
But what do you think it is? What do you think it is? What do you think gets you to that point?
I think with Alex Sensation, what I think with Alex is first his personality. Dude, he's so humble. He's really, really humble. He knows what he's doing. And dude, he knows about music.
So now imagine, I'm glad you said humble. So imagine somebody that's been in the game 20, 30 years, however long Alex Sensation's been on, still humble. You still see him. If he gets booked, he'll shake your hand. But you got some of these guys some new guys that just started being guests that show up like, oh nah, I don't.
We've had a lot of those.
Yeah. Oh no. I can't. I don't mix on this.
From Houston and from out of Houston.
So you're gonna tell me somebody that's 30 years been on top can shake my hand, but you that just started taking your first out of town gig or your first guest set, you need somebody to set the controller up for you. Come on, dog. Come on.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's that. Well, with us out here, it does not work like that.
We're gonna get into that.
It does not work like that. We all get it. Like that's the thing.
Dog.
Like our group of DJs, our team, we all get along. We all, it's not even a team. It's a family now.
Well,
and
one thing I was gonna say, not to cut you off, but so to be honest, I only learned about Alex Sensation whenever I started working with Mike and started working with you guys, because then I really tapped into the market. Yeah. I was one of those gasolina
suavemente.
What is it? Oh God.
I was one of those
suavemente. It's 2025. Stop playing that shit. Stop.
Gasolina, suavemente en pepas.
And tragos amargos, please. 2025. Jesus Christ. God, every night, dude, stop.
Can you zoom in even more? Omix is about to throw the camera.
I don't know how many times, bro. No, it's crazy. That's great. You'll be at a party like this. Not obviously not here. Trust me, do not play that shit. You'll be at a party anywhere else in the city. Where are my Latinos at? Suavemente.
Nah, fuck that. Nah,
God.
It's already, like he said, it's 2025.
Omix, what have you paid?
There's so much fucking music
Where's
out
my
there.
Mexicanos at? Tragos. Omix, flip the damn table. DJs, it's 2025. There's so much music out there.
So much music out there.
This man's on fire. I need to throw some ice on him.
God, where's the damn hookah? Shout out to the hookah, man. Shout out to the hookah. The hookah here at Stage Productions is the best in the city. I promise you.
Hey, what's a DJ podcast without having a hookah for the DJs? God. 2 a.m., you're in the light.
Yeah. Shout out to 2 a.m.
Shout out to 2 a.m. behind the camera right now.
That man don't see it, but this man put in a lot of work. That's 2 a.m. My bad, guys. Man.
But it's true.
I was gonna say, imagine paying a big ticket price just to hear.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's the truth. There's so music. DJs that are watching this, there's so many music out there. Like Omix said, it's 2025. Dude, go down, go deep in your crates. There's so much bangers out there. Not just the same ones as always. Like every Saturday, yes, there's times that you may be, okay, fuck. oh, you're in a rush or whatever, I play this shit. But there's so much. That's what you gotta prep, you know, like you gotta show prep. You gotta know, like, okay, I'm gonna play this tonight, or I got this banger tonight, or okay, if you're gonna be like, oh, where my Latinos at? Boom, okay, like, but there's so many music out there.
And that's what I was gonna get to before Omix got triggered.
Let me leave that off with that. If you know you're getting booked for a set anywhere as a guest or as a resident, if you know you're gonna be at a certain party and that's on your playlist, you probably should not be there. I'm sorry. Some people are gonna get mad. Some people are gonna offend. Oh, but it works. Yeah, and it worked 10, 20 years ago. Play 2025. That's why you won't get booked anywhere else. That's why. I'm sorry.
Not just with the Latino scene, also with the hip hop scene. Oh, boom. It's either Dream or Nightmares or Preach.
Yeah, or Swag Surf.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, that one.
And
That
there's
one.
so
I
many
haven't played that
bangers
one in a while, but you know.
Yeah, but hold on, because Omix fucked it up one time. Like, bro, if you're gonna play Swag Surf, play the one with Lil Wayne.
That, you know, hey, that's the only correct version to drop. That's the only version you should be dropping. And if you don't know which one that is, you're too young. You're too young.
So check this out. Let me go back, bro.
It's like every time.
Jesus Christ, we done skipped.
Shout out to Happy Dad.
Two
Shout out to Happy Dad.
They told us.
Hey, Mike was like, "Don't hold back."
They told us, yo, you gotta go in.
The main thing about what y'all were talking about, right, is the way that Alex moves, right? And one thing that I've really noticed is the professionalism, right? Yes. Because if that guy has been in the industry, like he said, for this long, and he's still able to be, you know, humble and shake hands, but he also prepares his shit, right? He does live streams, he does sets, he travels the world.
You know what's crazy about that? Mike booked him maybe last year, or like 2 years ago when we were at the other place.
He did a live stream.
He brought all his stuff to do the live stream here.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody else would have done that? People want to live stream at home.
Yeah, for live
Yeah,
stream. He was still sponsored by a bottle.
Man, he didn't bring nobody to carry his live stream shit.
And he's
nobody.
He 30 years in the game, and you're telling me, "Oh, I'm doing everything." No, you're not. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild, yeah.
If you're not inspired by that, then man.
The professionalism,
man,
and that's where it goes into. All right, see, I'm taking what we were building to what Omix said. Now is that professionalism, right? For the younger guys, prepare your sets. It's okay to prepare a set, but it's okay to prepare a set, and it's okay not to play that set when you're on.
Correct. Yeah.
Have a set prepared to where, like, all right, I'm not gonna go here, I'm not gonna go there, I'm not gonna touch on this, I'm not gonna touch on that. Let me be different.
And if you don't play the set that you have prepared, is you're reading the crowd. You're doing something.
You're doing your job.
You're doing something right.
And Willie, I could go back on this and say, like, Jesus Christ, you too. I mean, both of y'all. But as long as you've been in the industry, what did it take for you to fucking last this long, bro? Like, one, everybody fucking look. And this is another thing too. I was talking to, shout out to Barriola, I was talking to Javi. We were just talking back there, and he was like, "What separates? How does somebody know when each of y'all are on if y'all have so many DJs?" And I was like, "Well, bro, one, it's having mic presence.
Oh, they
like,
know.
That's the main thing. Yes, that's the main thing.
It's having mic presence because, like I said before, and this is like something, you know, when DJs hit me up and they're like, "Yo, how can I get booked? Can I do this?" They're in the DMs. They hit him up. They hit up all the guys that are doing this, right? And I always say, look, man. Look, I put it like this: we can have a mix on, and nobody will ever know that nobody's DJing.
Correct.
We could play a mix loud as hell, right? I had a mix on the other day, right, when I was just getting shit ready, and it was one of Omix's mix. And bro, in the mix, he says, "If you celebrating your birthday, make some." And then these people that are here, like,
they react to it.
They react to it. So what makes that difference to where, like, what are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to do? And what differentiates yourself from DJing next to us, next to a DJ, next to the next person on, right? I know a lot of people don't like the mic shit. Hey, let me hear the song, but know where you're going.
Especially out here in Midtown, downtown. There's a lot of people that complains about the mic work, but I think as a DJ, that's very, very, very important. And well, you know, whatever, like, you know, like For example, I mean,
Go listen to your fucking Spotify playlist or your Apple Music playlist.
No, well that too, but because I post my sets on SoundCloud, and I get those comments. I was like, oh, I just want to hear the song, and sometimes you want to reply back like, go listen to Spotify, but it's they're at home just listening, or it's like it says on the title, live set, a lot of talking in there. Yeah. But I think it's also the mic work is very important, but it's how you do it. Like there's people that just don't shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, just don't shut the fuck up. Like,
my name is DJ Legacy. Hello.
Yeah, see, no.
What's up? Take a drink.
Like to me, it's like get your point across. Make. Let them know that you're there. Let them know who's and like what's crazy. Like I know Willie doesn't do. I know you don't do. I know none of our like the intros. We don't play intros. We don't do. My guy.
No.
My guy.
Y'all talk about that the 10-minute intros.
My guy.
Leave your intros at home.
You're at the same spot every week. I promise you, you do not need a 2-minute intro, brother. You don't. When you go out of town, I promise you, you don't need an intro. Brother, if you don't know how to introduce yourself without an intro, without somebody else introducing you for you, you probably shouldn't be out of town,
Also, one thing, I mean, the mic work, like Legacy said, it's not, just come and talk shit or whatever. It's just how you interact with the crowd, how you interact. And I think that's how you, like, every DJ stands out, is how you interact with the crowd, what you're saying, this and that. It's just like, oh, this and that. Like he's DJ, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just how you interact. Like if you with the ladies, and you have to say the right things for the ladies. Like just don't come and just say whatever, But you just have to know how to interact with the crowd, and that's one of the biggest points that's gonna make you stand out. As like everybody stands out. Like he has his lines, I have my lines, Legacy has his lines. Like everybody has their lines. It's just how you interact with the crowd, and that's very important. Another thing, don't fucking scream on the mic. You're not supposed to be screaming on a mic. You don't have to scream on the mic. Like
if you're a professional DJ, you should know how to control it to where you're not overdoing it.
I know a lot of DJs that scream on the mic like crazy. You don't have to scream on the mic. Take it easy.
The mic or the sound effects. Well, the sound effects are like overdoing the music. Yeah. But going back to the mic and going back to the lines, how you said, I know you've been on the mic way longer than me. Listen. I know it seems like I've been on the mic maybe like 5 years tops. This guy's probably been doing his whole career. So how do you over all these years? How do you come up with these lines? How do you not get repetitive? How do you get new lines?
It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. Like. Well, there's a lot of lines, we try, like, maybe, like, let's say, okay, I heard a DJ from New York say something. I don't want to come and say the same shit, but there's times like, okay, we'll just switch it up, but we don't try to copy, but it's hard, like coming up with lines and trying to, like, and the thing is, like, especially with the ladies, like, you're trying to interact with the ladies, it's you have to put some mind into it, but it's hard. Trust me, it's hard. It takes time. I'll be like, just breaking my head. Okay, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that, but I don't want to sound, like repetitive, like, oh shit, or trying to say the same line that someone else says,
Because like to me, we're with the staff like almost 5 days a week, whether you're here anywhere, and like I hate when they already know what I'm gonna say. I'm like, God damn it, okay. Once they know what I'm gonna say, okay, I gotta come up with something new. Or once I hear somebody else say it, I'm like, all right, let me get something new. Because there's a lot of biting out here, as you know. There's a lot of biting out here. Once you say a line, they hear it, boom, and they hear it somewhere else, and then I'll get texted, hey, are you here? I know, what are you talking about? Oh, somebody just say what I've only heard you say. I'm like, I was like, okay.
And the crazy thing, we already know where it comes from. Like, we already know who it is. We're like, fuck, man, these motherfuckers.
It used to be biting mixes and biting transitions. Now it's biting lines, right? Like, it's just like, yo, and that goes back to, like, differentiating yourself from, like, who's on and who's DJing. And because, like I said, everybody does the same mixes, especially with fucking stems and fucking these mashups. It's like, I mean, I play some corny mashups, I admit it, but that's not me. Yeah. You know what I mean? My shit is when you hear me play YMCA. Oh. Not really, but
no, yes, really, but
it makes you stand out. I mean, that's you. Like,
but when
everybody has their own style. Like, I always say this. Like,
I know Omix has a problem with me playing it on Saturday night.
Well, you're not playing it at 1 a.m. You're playing it to the crowd that you're getting them comfortable. Because that's another thing. People gotta understand. Like, every role is important. The opening, the middle, the closing, the day party. The brunch party, the 10 a.m. party, like every set's important. There's not one set that doesn't matter. If you think because you're doing the opening set, your set doesn't matter, That ego's taking over. Man,
you have to know how to open, because there's DJs that come out here like, okay, give me a try, and they just want to burn everything. They just want to come and play
which is fine.
all the hits.
Which is fine.
Which we talked about, right? Even I understand, right? Yeah. I understand the thing about like hit, but even Omix touched on it in the last episode. It's like, burn me all you want. I get it, but it's okay. It's okay for you to do it one time. Yeah. But if you keep on doing that over and over, then how are you changing? How are you developing? How is it going to make you better by just doing that, right? Because, right, there's so much music, especially knowing where you want to go work at. True. Know where you want to work at. Know where you're going to try out at. Know, where your audience is. Because if this isn't your audience, then my brother, go or sister, go somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean?
2025, you have to correct it. Yeah.
Well, no, man, there's a lot of badass, dope ass female DJs.
Oh yeah, we have one.
Oh yeah.
C-Baby!
Shout out to C-Baby. Yo, she's popping out.
I feel like she was just going to pop out somewhere.
She's doing
right
a great ass job.
C-Baby, man.
She's doing a really, really great job.
Okay, so this is what I'll talk about real quick, and then we'll go back. Now, we do tryouts, right? We do open decks, we do tryouts, we do all this, right? I'll get your take on it first. We really open the doors for a lot of people, and I'm not saying that we create opportunities, but we really are open to hearing new DJs,
yes.
even OG DJs. Yo, come through, fucking play some music, have fun, right? Yes. But what's your take on what we would be looking for? What does a DJ in 2025 coming to work with us look like?
Man, well,
we already touched on mic presence. Everybody knows.
Yeah, well, everybody should know that by now. Everybody should have their own mic. And if you don't have the mic, then get comfortable with it. But it's, again, if you feel like you don't need it, then show us why you don't need it, Yeah. Again, coming in here, you got to understand it's a whole different world. One day you can have 90% Latin. The next day you have 50% Latin. The next day you can have 30% Latin. And where you're playing either top 40 or you're playing hip hop or you're playing EDM or you're playing house, know how to adjust to the crowd. Know to read what's in front of you. Don't come in with this ego, with this like, oh no, I only play this, and if they want me, they're gonna hire me. No, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. And if you do want that, where you're just like, oh, I just want house, then man, go down the street to other clubs that just play that music, to the music that you want, and go there. True. But somewhere like this, somewhere like with this brand, this establishment, this business that we work for. Because I know we all work with different brands, but the specific Stage Productions, they have their own thing that they want, and we know how to adjust to that. Because obviously we all do different events, we do private events, but knowing here, we know what the owners want, we know what the crowd wants, and there's times where you might feel like the crowd wants this and the owner wants this, so that's what's gonna differentiate you. Like, no, just trust me, it's gonna work, and then it works, or trust me, it's gonna work and it doesn't work, then that's where you fail. But you try. So come in with confidence. Come in knowing what you're getting into. Come in on an off night. Come in on a Saturday night. See what the other guys are playing. They're like, okay, cool. This is what I need to do. Okay, cool. Okay. Not necessarily. This is what I play in my bedroom. It's gonna work. Like, cause trust me, been there. It doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that. So yeah,
it's like,
wow, bro. Hold on, bro. That was real. Oh, that was real. Yeah.
I mean,
you were looking straight in the camera, so you weren't looking at none of us.
You gotta understand.
You were really talking to your audience, bro. That is so dope, dog.
I was a bedroom DJ.
I've never seen them open up like this. So.
It took me 10 years to get out the bedroom. It's taking DJs 2 months to get out of the bedroom nowadays because there's just so many opportunities, and some run with it, and good for them. I'll never be a hater. Like, God, he's only been here for 6 months. Screw him. Nah, if you've been here for 6 months and you're dope as hell, bro, more power to you. Yes. Like, even there's even times like Sundays. Shout out to Luda, shout out to Maui. There's been times Sundays when they're opening up and it's time to get on. But I'm like, and I'll tell Head, because Head closes with me and Eric. I'm like, nah, they're killing it. Like, why would I
ruin it? Or
why would I put my ego or an ego? It's like, nah, it's my turn. Nah, you killing it? Hell yeah. Flowers. Here you go, brother. True. Or there's times where like, hey man, maybe let's switch it up. Let me get on for a little bit. But I'm never saying, no, it's my, no, none of that. So we're a team. I have my own image. Willie has his own image. Daisy has his own image, his own brand, his own everything. People already know us. But like these new guys, it's all about helping each other. True. And if you're not trying to help anybody, and you're just all about you, I mean, you're not, at the end of the day, go work for yourself, brother,
And I'll piggyback on that because, a lot of new DJs or up-and-coming DJs. And when I say up-and-coming DJs, it really was after COVID. Right, so after COVID, that's when I mean new DJs, because that's when you see everybody going against each other. That's when you see the difference of people. This side going against this side going against it. Now, mind you, right? There's plenty of DJs that are making more money than us, right? True. Right? There's plenty, and hey, no bagging.
I thought you meant like in Houston or something.
No, I'm talking about in general. Like, but that's what I'm talking about.
We can get into that too. We can get into that too.
We are. Oh, I told 2 a.m. keep it rolling. Yeah. I told 2 a.m.
I think it's shot time. We went too long without a shot.
Okay, let's do it. There was
we talking about paying stuff. Obviously, we know who gets
once again, ladies and gentlemen. But then we get once again, ladies and gentlemen. I told you it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to keep it rolling a little bit more. This is all natural.
Cheers, guys.
Salute. Cheers, Willy B.
Thank you for coming, brother.
Thank you, sir. Omix.
Thank you. I know you're working 24/7.
But like, I mean, pretty much Omix said it all. But another thing, do your homework. You have to do your homework. Be prepared when you come out here. Be prepared. A perfect example. This past Saturday, well, right now I'm by myself. PYP Saturdays, and I actually text Fluffy. I was like, "Hey, Fluffy, come spin with me. Whenever you're free, come spin with me." And
shout out Fluff.
Dude,
hard working man, right there.
Yes, Fluffy came in, and I was like, "Look, dude, I'm tired. I can't get the crowd rolling. Like it's taking me a little time. I was like, I give him prime time. Do you, Papa? Go ahead, do what you got to do." My guy killed it. I was like, wow. He flipped this thing upside down, and I was like, yo, like I gave him his. I was like, wow. I was impressed, and shout out to Fluffy, and I told him, I was like, dude, I'm proud of you, like, and he's,
I know.
He started on the open decks when we were doing it on Mondays.
Yes, like this. That's why this past Saturday I was like, go ahead, prime time, do what you got.
And now he's like to the point where like where we need him, like if we need a prime time at any of these rooms, he'll go in and he'll tear some shit up.
And you know what too? He rolled with the punches that we were giving.
Yes.
I'll touch on that. And this is another thing, guys. Like Omix was talking about earlier. You take one punch, like I'm down.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, help me. Somebody pick me up.
Yeah. No, bro. At the end of the day, you choose to get into this industry. It's a fucking grimy industry, and you need to fucking learn how to roll with those punches.
You do.
Bro, I remember, like I told Heck before, Heck used to give Fluffy shit. I used to give him shit because I brought him in, right? I brought him in, and I was like, all right. But, bro, he put in the work. He grinded. He stood it out. I think he did a couple of gigs without even getting paid, bro. He said, I don't want no pay. I just want to work with you guys.
It's even times like me, like right now for Memorial Day weekend outside of Vida, it's a packed house, and the other DJs, I would just go stand next to them just to apply a little pressure, so they could just get loose and like, they were like, okay, I'm watching you, like I'm just trying to see, like, they did a great job. I just want to, make them feel comfortable, like, do you open up, like, do you the crowd is packed, it's slammed.
Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared. We're here.
That's why I went to go. I always do that. Like I always do that with the DJs that are coming in. I just go stand next to them, like, just to apply a little pressure. So they, so they go, okay, fuck it, like I'm doing here. I see them, sweating bullets, but I'm
bro.
you gotta get in.
They're sweating more than usual because most of our venues are outside. So.
You gotta understand, like, not Vida is probably one of the places you can't come in with a playlist. You can't come in with this mindset, I'm going to play this. You'll never know what to expect. I think Vida specifically, maybe, all the venues, but Vida specifically, you never know what to expect. You can't come in with a playlist because one day you'll have urban, one day you'll have Latinos, one day you'll have top 40 night. Yeah. Which, like, you got to play to the crowd, brother.
Have everything.
You got to play to the crowd, for sure. You come in with a corridos playlist and it's top, and you have half of Midtown and Heights in here, my brother. It's gonna be a long night for you, brother.
They said single them out. They love single them out. But yes, you are totally correct, man, and that's where it goes back to knowing where you want to go play. Yeah. You can't just ask somebody, hey, yo, let me play here. Because to be honest, guys, we have the number one spots.
Of course.
But are we assholes about it?
No.
Like, that's another misperception of us, right? And that's why I invited, you, Willie.
Yes.
Omix had already explained a little bit on the first episode, but it's just like we know that we have the number one spots in the city. Like we know that we have the number one, and we've been doing it for 7 years together.
True.
Right? 7-8 years together since we were on Standard, right?
Yes.
Now, people might not like us. There's been, but even us, even Mike, we rode through those punches, and look where we are. We have a whole block.
Through everything.
So if that doesn't show consistency on believing in a vision, if that doesn't show consistency in believing in ourselves and knowing that we can cater to every crowd that comes in, we're in Midtown. First, we fucked up Washington because it was a mess.
It was a mess. It's crazy. You couldn't even touch Latin over there. And this is
racist, bro.
Yeah, 2017. I'm telling you, I remember I filled in. I used to fill in for the Interlude. Shout out to Interlude one time. They were the first ones to give me a shout over there. I would fill in for them, and they wouldn't tell me what to play. They were like, hey, just go and kill it. Do what you normally do.
Yeah.
I would try to play like Culo by Pitbull. The manager, no. We don't play Latin stuff here. God, man. And then that was it. But like to see where it's at now, it's like you gotta understand who pioneered that stuff. Like a lot of people don't like to admit it. A lot of people hate to admit it. But you're gonna have to, because you gotta understand there was nobody out there playing that stuff. 2016, 2017 area, it was forbidden. You're playing Latin? Oh man, you were the ratchet one. You know, you're playing Latin? Nah, this is a top 40 area. No, we don't want that stuff. And like now, if you're not playing Latin, brother, your place ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you.
Or at least a Latin remix.
Some kind. And it's crazy just to see that impact that Latin music had. You know, it just if you're not playing, even if it's a Bad Bunny twerk remix, people will recognize it, which is crazy. And sometimes over here you have a Latin crowd, you play hip hop remix, they won't recognize, even if it's the most. But if you go somewhere else and you play a Latin remix, they'll recognize it. That's just how much impact that Latin music made.
Or you'll play a Latin trap, and you could play Baltimore.
The Be More remix. Yeah.
Because you could play stuff because on the Latin trap.
True.
Nowadays you can, but it never used to be like that. Yeah, it never used to be.
I remember like when I first when Mike, come to Standard, I was like, like, okay, so what's the format? What are we doing?
Hold on, wait, okay. To get that call, right?
Yeah.
Let me get into this real quick before you go into that. To get that call, because you were so much Southwest. Yes. You know what I'm saying? To get that call to go into the city, right?
True.
To get that call to go into the city to where Mike was like, yo, let me bring you over here.
Yeah. So when I was still out there, but I was already like,
because Omix already had he was already seasoned kind of in
when I came, but I was like, I already had seen what Mike was doing, and I was like, that was my first Standard, you know, like it was like no bad, like nothing in there, you know, and when Mike calls me, he's like, yo, are you ready for that change? Are you ready for the move? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, we're gonna fuck some shit up on Washington. I was like, are you sure?
That's exactly what he said, huh?
Yeah, he's like, I was like, are you sure? So that first night that I walked, he's like, come on, Friday night, Perreo Fridays. And Perreo Fridays is a big name. Perreo, like, we're talking about Perreo, you know, Perreo, like, go deep into some reggaeton and everything. So I walk in and I'm like, yo, like, okay, this crowd is like, you know, the regular Washington crowd. So he's like, motherfucker, do you?
Yeah.
And you know, we went on from there, and then he was like, there were Sundays. I remember some Sundays that he would even tell me.
So you know what's crazy?
He would like, hold on. He would like, fuck it, play some punta or play some cumbia, and I'll be like, fuck it, let's do it. And people would just,
yeah. You know what's crazy? Whenever me and Heck were doing the stuff in Standard, and he was like, oh, we're bringing Willy B. I was like, oh shit, like, we're really doing this Latin thing. Because we were playing like the basic Latin. Like back then, I wasn't, I mean, I knew it, but I was like,
you weren't playing Suave Method.
Yeah, no. No. I was playing like the reggaeton that was out, but like this guy, this one I was still listening to this guy on the radio. Like this guy, bro, I give this my flowers all the time. This guy's been my favorite Latin DJ forever. So when Mike was like, oh, we're bringing Willy, we're doing this Latin thing. If we're gonna do it. I was like, fuck, like, hell yeah, like, oh, we're really doing this Latin shit.
They went full throttle on it dude, and I'll go back on the first episode. I was put in the background because first I'm a no sabo, but I was put in the background, right? And I was okay with that because you know what? I noticed what was going on. I played my role. You know, my days are, you know, certain holidays back then over there, right? Or certain nights, right? But dude, how scary was it to go to Washington? Like you said, he was telling you to play all this music and you're like, shit, like, are you like for real?
I was scared because at the end of the day, I was like, I don't want them to talk shit about me. Like, oh, the fuck, what is he playing? You know, like, and I mean, it was still, you know, Standard was still building and building and building. And I was pretty scared. I was like, fuck, like, I don't want to, I'm going deep into reggaeton. And then I was such like, you know, it's like the mainstream hip hop or, you know, like the twerking songs or whatever. But he was like, nah, switch it up. But yeah, I was really scared. I was like, man, like,
but guys,
at the end of the night, I didn't know, oh, this motherfucker sucks. You know, I didn't want that. That's how, you know, I was trying to switch it up. But then when, you know, Mike and Kat were always pushing and pushing and pushing, like,
bro, they were right there. And they,
yes,
look, before they were running the floors and they were right there behind the DJ booth.
yes.
Like, you want to feel some breath on you? You want to feel some pressure on you? Have Mike and Kat on you like this. Especially me, right? Like, or especially other guys that they weren't like. Yeah. I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck are you doing?
But it was at the beginning. It was pretty scary. But then, you know, after that, like I started getting, you know, more comfortable and more comfortable and more comfortable. And like he's like, yo, go deep, do you. And you know, after that. And I learned a lot. I like from there, you know, I played a lot of reggaeton. I played a lot of Latin. It was like go deep into Latin. Play a lot of cumbias, play some merengue, play some salsa, play like I said, play some punta, some, you know, like all this stuff.
So at what point did you realize that, okay, maybe it's not reggaeton. Maybe I can really bring this Latin vibe. Yeah. At what point was that?
That's when I started seeing like, yo, like that when that crowd was starting, you know, like getting more and more, and like, and the Latino thing was coming in more and more. So I was like, okay, it's shit. They had some mind to it. Mike, you know, had that, like I said, I had that vision of it, and it started working out. So I was like, okay, so this is going 100% Latin. And now I used to go back to the Southwest, and then people started talking about it. Yo, you been a Standard? No.
You gotta see what they're doing.
Yeah, eso ya es Latino. Eso ya es Latino allá. Of course. Yeah, that's where I'm at Fridays now. That's where I'm doing this now.
I just got done DJing over there.
Yeah, like, you know, and plus, I mean, you know, I'm still doing after hours in the Southwest, and like.
So I'm glad you bring that up. So I know over there is a very different Latin vibe over there. How do you balance that? How do you know how to differentiate that from the Latin that you play here to the Latin that you play over there?
So out here, I think it's the Latin is.
And be truthful. Be truthful.
No, the
culture.
The Latin out here is a little bit more commercial.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more commercial. But now, now I think there's a pretty much percentage of the Southwest that comes here now.
Oh, for sure.
So
so the people that don't know what Southwest, like, what do you mean when you say Southwest? What
so Southwest
what are we
is more tropical. It's more like where you have to go deep into that salsa. You have to go like really deep into Latin. Like I could play some like a really like let's say
name some
okay, so because we play salsa here, we play bachata here. But what? Name like an artist. So just the people that are watching and don't understand what Southwest is. Like, what are you playing over there? That
and some of the clubs that you play at, because when you post this, they're gonna tune in and they want to get a shout out. Like the people that go to your spots.
Oh, of course, they
want to remember. Oh man, I saw Willy B here. Yeah. Oh, I saw Willy B here in the somewhere. Like
because we play Latin. We do.
It's like Mondays. I'm at Príncipe Azul, and Príncipe Azul is really like more Central American. It's more Central American mixed with some con Mexico. So it's like I have to go deep into that cumbia. I have to go deep into that bachata, deep into that merengue, the bachata, some Raulín Rodriguez, Anthony Santo, like it's definitely like cumbias. I have to play like Salvadorian cumbias, some punta, like casabe and all this stuff. Like it's you have to go deep into the crazy. You have to go. It's a different Latin crowd.
So it's not just genres. There's subgenres to a subgenre.
So okay. So how do you adjust the mic work between over there and over here? Is it different or is it the same?
It's a little bit, maybe a little bit the same. But I talk obviously, like, you know, here it's Spanish and English, like, you know, and like now I'm starting to talk a little bit more English out there. Like I try to mix it up a little bit, but like, you know, hablo más español allá. I talk a little bit more Spanish over there. And the lines, I mean, it's the same. I just switch them up, you know, in Spanish. But yeah, like it's you have to, like, out in the Southwest. The thing is that the culture, it's more Central American. Like for example, at my after hours, I'm at B. Shout out to B Rabbit. Like my crowd sleeps. My crowd it's more like it's more Central American. So like the same thing with Príncipe Azul on Mondays. Like yo, I have to go deep inside. I play like some bachata that you will never hear out here. Like here I could play, like out here is a little bit more commercial. But now like weekend wise, like Thursday through Sunday, let's like 90%, maybe 90 to 90% of the Southwest crowd is already here. It's already here.
Okay. And so you're a visionary. You saw the industry. Those people come over here. Those people, Central Americans, come over here, and you saw them shift to Midtown. Do you ever think? I mean, I don't know. Do you ever think the crowd from here, whatever, like let's say like a Midtown crowd, would ever head to Southwest? Or you think Southwest is just its own area?
It's its own area.
Yeah.
There's people. The crowd
and I'm saying for the people that are not from down here, that way, so I can understand the difference. People are like, okay, what the hell? They keep saying Southwest. What the hell is the Southwest?
Yeah.
So in Houston, there's different areas. You got your North Side. People run the North Side, and then you got your Midtown. You got your Legacy's the North Side. You got your downtown, and Houston. Like some people that are watching that are not from Houston, never been to Houston. Yeah. It's so diverse. There's really so much to do. You got the Washington, you have the Midtown, the downtown, the Southwest, the North Side, man, the Pasadenas, man, you have everything. So you
got the Galvestons.
Yeah, shout out to Galveston. Never forget where you came from. Shout out to Galveston.
It's like for example, we've been all over Houston. It's like that Pasadena crowd, that South Houston, that Southeast crowd. It's a whole different crowd. It's a whole different ballgame.
And now that you bring up Galveston, people live in Houston.
Pretty much. Didn't you play in the room at Rieles?
I did, man. I did Norteño, bro. I started with Norteño. Yeah. But now you're saying Galveston, it's like, shut the guy. I was born and raised in Galveston, but it's like, if I can come from an hour to establish where I am now, and people that live here get tired after a month, like, oh, nobody's gonna bug me. Like, if I would have taught that shit 12 years ago when I was an hour away in my bedroom, like, man, I would have made it nowhere. And the industry's tough nowadays, but you should have seen the industry 12 years ago. Yeah. You think the OGs wouldn't even talk to us, wouldn't even acknowledge us. Nobody. The OGs that were running it, if you met a nice enough OG, shout out Ebonics, he'll talk to you. Yeah. But anybody else, oh man, nah. You know who I am?
Let me hit a point right there and shout out to Scott Summers. Man. That Scott Summers with me was one of
the sweater puppy.
He was
sweater puppy king.
Like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, he was a little diva with me. Like, oh, you come from the Southwest, okay? What's up? That's it, And like now, we still
and that's another example.
Bro, Scott was the first one at. He needed because I was DJing at Azusa. And I was doing set, and then Scott hit me up. He was like, yo, I need an opener. Because I was already, like, before, I was working with Mike, and I was working with Sticky back then. And then Scott hit me up. He was like, yo, Legacy, I heard you're, straight up on the text message, hey, Legacy, I heard you're pretty good. I need an opener for Limelight.
Hell yeah.
Or was it Limelight? It wasn't Limelight. It was Space. And he was like, yo, I need an opener. And I went to go open up, and that's the first time I fucking met Scott. Scott never acknowledged any time I took him a shot or anything.
Yeah, that's where I met him at Light.
But it goes back to what you say, right?
Bro, 10 years ago, we had it way harder. And I'm not here for a petty play. I don't need a petty play. I'm just saying, like, now I think we're getting to the point where we're the unks. We're the OGs now.
We're still alive and kicking.
Oh, of course.
We still giving out that game.
Of course, but we're the OGs now. But like, if somebody new comes in, like, hey, I just want to hear you. Cool, hell yeah. You want a shot too or what? Because I'm gonna be drinking. Shit, you could take one too. But back then it wasn't like that. Hey, I'm pulling up. Cool. Wait in line. I'll see you in here.
Now that's another thing that I wanted to bring up because you guys have been in the industry for that long and seen how the parties have changed. So let's go back to.
I think we need another shot. 2 a.m. What are we doing? My man, he's measuring the level. Shout out to 2 a.m. That man's working 24/7.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Like I said, 2 a.m. We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling today. We're gonna keep it rolling today. This is something good. This is something special, Willie. Because I got, like I said, I got 2 of the best DJs in the city, 2 of the best voices, right? Because there's nobody, to be honest, well, Jam and J, right?
Shout out Jam and J.
There's a couple of people in the city that can project their voice and let their voice be known to where like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, true. Without putting the drop 20,000 times or a 2-minute intro. Like,
but there are plenty of people who let their voice be known.
True. Salud.
Salud. Appreciate you guys, man.
That's an art in itself. Letting the crowd know. So when people ask, what's differentiates you? Letting the crowd know I'm here without me even putting my drop or anything, they're gonna know I'm here. Once you hear a certain effect or I say one thing on the mic, you're gonna know I'm here.
You know what's a quick sidebar, real quick? You know what pisses me off is that when somebody is getting on, there's a couple of people. I love y'all. I'm not talking down on y'all, but what pisses me off is that when the next DJ gets on, you don't know how to transition into who you're getting on after.
Right. Yeah.
At least transition the song. Don't cut the fucking song and boom, 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 boom. Don't transition the song like that. Because then you take away from the crowd. And what did you talk about? We're not here for you. We're here for the crowd.
For the crowd, correct.
Because believe it or not, yes, if there's ticket sales, if there's somebody is paying to see you, then you have that, then you could talk some shit. Then you have that in you to say, I can stop the music and everybody knows who I am.
True.
But if you don't have no ticket sales, you don't have no bottle sales, you don't have no nothing, you don't have nothing coming towards you, do not interrupt. Or that's one of the most disrespectful things that a DJ can do, is that if you don't know how to mix into my song, like say I got a guest or I got somebody coming on after me. They might not know me, but I know I'm better than you. But hold on.
Jesus Christ, that tequila kicking in.
But if you don't know how to transition into the next song after my song, and I'm going to set you up, right? I'm going to set you up because we're seasoned. I'm going to set you up. But if you got to...
It's like a perfect example. And I actually went around the city the other day. And I went around, just check out, listen to the other DJs.
You have to.
And yeah, you have to. So I went to...
Even you that are seasoned,
yeah.
you still go around and
I will still go around and listen to everybody.
I hate when we go around the city, we get fucked up.
So I went out to the other side of the city.
Not to interrupt you, but before you do that, people don't understand. This man's been in the game close to 20 years. He still goes out, still networking, still seeing what's out there. Like, these new guys, nah. Fuck that. Yeah. If I'm not getting paid, I'm not going out. Fuck that. I'm not showing no love. Fuck the
social media is fun.
So I went with my boys and we were like, well, let's go. We popped the bottle and shout out to Square.
Oh,
Square,
dog.
Great DJ.
Square. So DJ.
Hey, Square.
The DJ was on and he was up next.
Square plays some shit, dog.
Hold on, let me give a shout out to Square. Square.
Yeah. Nah, Square
podcast coming soon.
Square,
you know that.
Square plays some shit.
Man, like you couldn't even you didn't even tell the difference. He went in, no drop, boom, straight to a bang, like straight to the next one, and kept the party rocking.
Did you say straight to the nuts?
Straight to the nuts.
Straight to the next one, bro. Straight to the next.
Square will do that. Square will do that,
bro. Bro, he went straight to the nuts. No, I said straight to the next one.
You didn't say no. Shout out, man. Shout out to DJs, man. Shout out. Man, that I
was like, yo, like, and I was impressed. I was like, yo, like he kept the party rocking, and I was impressed. Dude, I was like, wow, like, and it was during brunch time too.
Yeah, no, Square rock the party, man. Yeah. Shout out to all the DJs, man. Like, listen, like a lot of people think like we're beefing with. No. If there's a beef, it's on your side. Trust me. There's absolutely, man. I love all the DJs, man. Like zero comp. There's no beef. We're doing us. I'm doing me. He's doing himself. It's all love, man. Like if you think there's a beef, it's on your side. I promise you. We're working. We're showing love when we can. When we're off, like you just said, we're pulling up to your spots. We're showing love. We're buying bottles. No discount. We're just showing up. We're showing love. We love hearing other DJs. Like you said, Square. I love hearing Square. Shout out to all those guys, man. It's all love with anybody.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like Omix, like all the time. Like you always like. These guys out here like posting on IG like, oh, this and that. Like, yo, we don't beef with nobody.
Man, what was it? I don't know if it was last year or something. We went to that spot in downtown Crew. Someone else.
Yeah, we went to.
It was an urban spot. Shout out to Square.
Yeah, Square was actually, he took care of us.
We're the only Hispanics in there, but yeah. Man, I think it was Square, Vanilla Trill, and Mr. Rogers, and man, it was something. You think us as a Latino were playing we're playing some shit with hip hop and R&B. But you go over there,
It's a whole
you're hearing the
different ballgame.
B-sides.
It's a whole different
You're hearing the B-sides. You hear, bro. And now we have fun. We got a bottle, we got some hookahs, we got some drinks, so we're just jamming out. That was a fun night. We got to redo that.
Yeah, we have to do that again. But it's like all the DJs out there, like, you know, we only said we don't beef with nobody.
It's all love. If there's a beef on your side, my
It
brother.
is. It is. Like,
If you think we're beefing, your priorities are the wrong place. You're more worried about what we're doing.
I think that's what we're doing something right. If they think that, you know, like,
Do you think that?
Because sometimes your 80,000 fake followers can't pull up to your spot, you know?
He's been waiting to talk about
Yeah,
this.
you know, sometimes your 80,000 fake followers can't pull up to your place. But
that's not like, trust me, buying them likes and buying them followers on IG is not gonna get you nowhere.
So some people might take that as right because we give criticism to everybody, and you know we have proven facts, right? We have proven facts to the people that we bring in, like Maui, like Lil C Baby, Luda. You know, all the younger DJs or all the new DJs that are trying to, we're not gatekeepers.
We're not.
You know, Fluffy was the first one. We're not gatekeepers. So when we give constructive criticism like that, it's just like, yo, you can never say that we're gatekeeping or that we're acting like we're the shit.
We're not.
Like everything that we talk about, and put it like this. There's so many cameras on us. There's so many cameras, and in a way, we feel like celebrities, right? Yeah. Because we don't notice it, but there are so many cameras on us. Yeah. How many times do we get tagged in some shit, or how many times do people tag us, and we're on camera all the time, all the fucking time. So what would make everybody feel like we're egotistical or that we feel like we're the shit? Yeah. No, we took our ego out a long time ago. Yeah. A long time ago. And especially for you guys working in the industry for so long, you can deserve to have an ego, but you don't.
And I'm not going to say it's ego, but at some point you got to realize who's who. True. And we're him. Like I'm saying. And at some point, you got to realize who's who. And I'm telling you.
We're there.
I'm like top 5 DJs, and we're not 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? You know, get that straight. And
the thing the key point is just to remain humble and keep working hard. And let your work talk. Like every time we get on set, I get on set, you get on set, or you get on set, yo, we're coming straight to fuck shit up. You know?
But okay. Even when we're all on, right? Say we do a whole night together, right? Top DJs. Say I'm not doing good. Fluffy might kick me off. Fluffy was like, "Hey, bro, I feel like I can."
He won't tell you, but yes, I get your point. I get your point.
Feel this. I'm going from the bottom up, right? Fluffy would tell me, "Hey, yo, you're not feeling like. Let me get on. I got you. Take a little 5-minute. All right, cool. Then." Let's say Eric gets on after Fluffy, and then Eric is like, yo, Fluff, take a little breather. It's not it. Okay, let's move. All right. After Eric, all right, Lil C Baby.
True.
Hey, let me get on. All right. After Lil C Baby, we go up and up and up. Now, when we get to the top, right? How many times have you told Heck, hey,
yeah, and bro, it's like I said.
How many times have you told Eric?
Yeah,
and those are the top 4.
Yeah.
So let's just say, yeah.
I'll give you an example. Like Saturdays, you know, there's times I might be off or he'll be off, and we know how. And let's say I'm on, right? It's 12, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I look back and have my yo, like, it'll be my time, and I'm like, yo, like, I know you just got on, but like, dog, I'm not feeling it. He's like, nah, no worries, I got you. Or he's like, nah, dog, you're killing it. It'll happen too. Sometimes you're like you're feeling off, but you're killing it. Or sometimes you think you're killing it, like, man, I'm going in. And like, and hey, man, nah, like maybe let's switch out. I'm not gonna get butthurt.
Yeah, that's a good thing that we have. Like we don't get butthurt. Like even when like when Mike or Cat comes at us and chew our ass, like, yo, like what the fuck y'all doing? Like we don't. I don't get mad. You know, I actually I'm doing something that I'm not supposed. You know, I'm doing.
So for DJs that haven't worked with bosses like that, how do you react to a boss coming up and telling you something like that?
You gotta stay calm. You gotta stay calm and just do what you gotta do. Just listen and do what you gotta do, and just listen and do what you gotta do. Like there's times like, for example, me, Eric, Noel. There's times Mike or Cat came at me or this and that. Okay, listen and do what you got to do, and you'll be good. Listen and do what you just stay calmed. Just listen. If your boss is coming at you and telling you something, that, I mean, he's
for a reason, yeah.
He's out in a bar. He's out in a crowd. He's listening and watching everything. So you have to come and okay, just listen. Okay, hey, switch it up. Hey, switch it up. Even with me, outside of here, Mondays. I have a Monday, like I said, I have a really Central American crowd, gente de Mexico, everywhere, and maybe the boss man will come. Yo, you play too much reggaeton already. Switch it up. Boom. Okay. Boom. I switch it to cumbia. But remember, those clubs out there those are dancing clubs. No. It's not section clubs. No. Those are dancing clubs. A big ass dance floor. Boom. I switch it to cumbia. Boom. Or boom. I switch it to bachata. Boom. So you always have to listen. Don't get mad because someone is trying to correct you. Just listen. Go with the flow. And just, okay, fuck it, let me switch it up. Fuck it, let me do this. Okay, they're telling me to do this, let's do it. But stay calm.
So now, one more question. So now, let's flip that role because this podcast isn't biased. So let's say they do tell you that, but you know for a fact that it's gonna work. How do you gain that confidence from them to like, hey, just trust me?
Yeah. So now, for example,
how do you gain that confidence?
Yeah. For now, like for example, okay, we've been here for so many years. We've been like for example, me out there, I've been there at the same spot. I've been at Príncipe Azul for almost, like 7-8 years. I know the crowd I have. Maybe I'm playing a long ass set of reggaeton because that's what I know what they like. That's what I know what they like. So I'm like, they come in, the boss man, I can't do it.
But also,
I'll just say, okay, fuck it. Okay, yeah, that's good. Give them a thumbs up, and that's it. Because I know, because let's say it's prime time.
But also, Willie, that goes back to knowing where you're at.
Correct.
That goes back to knowing
it's
the
like
spot
here,
that you're playing at.
It's like, for example, Sundays at Vita Garden. You have that's one of the parties where you have everything, like people from everywhere in the world.
So I'll say it like this. Hold on.
Let me ask you.
Ooh, here we go. I'm on the
because
spot.
listen, this is a podcast for everybody. When a manager comes and tells you, stop playing, let's say YMCA, whatever, this and that, and you tell no. Okay, listen to my question, and you say, I got it. You worry, not saying you worry about church job and don't worry about mine. How do you know to a point where it's like not egotistic, but like just to like maybe you're right or maybe hey, I got it. Relax, I got it. How do you know when maybe you're right or no, I got it.
Like how do you know when to switch it up?
How do you know? Yeah, how do you know when to switch it up? Whether it's if they ask you, hey, stop playing this, and you're like, hey, I got it, or hey, you're right. How do you know? How do you differentiate those two?
You take because at the end of the day, when we're DJing, we're in full DJ mode, right? True. If somebody comes up to me and I only listen to Mike or Cat or maybe a manager, right? Okay.
So that's what I'm asking. If a manager comes and tells you, hey.
But also, we're in front of a crowd, so we see the crowd 24/7.
True.
Right? So we could tell. Now, the way that I do it is, okay, cool. I think to myself, okay, how am I going to get out of this YMCA song? Right? This is where it goes back to DJs knowing their music, knowing their BPMs, knowing their tempos, knowing their keys. Because I could easily go from a YMCA, dun, 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 doom, loop it, doom, 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 into Dembo.
No. True. Yeah.
Like you have to know, you have to be prepared, and that's where the professionalism of a DJ comes in. Yeah. You take everything out of yourself as a DJ, especially when you're working for us.
True.
Right? Take yourself out of that and know what you're capable of.
True.
Know what you're capable of, because I got crates for days, and everybody knows that, right? I don't like to flex on it. This is the first time that I'm saying that I do flex on it.
No, flex on it. Flex on that shit.
I can go anywhere. They
gotta hear this motherfucker at a cook-off. That's where I really gotta hear this motherfucker. I gotta hear him at a cook-off.
Or Memorial Day, St. Patty's Day. I went to jail on St. Patty's Day.
now you have to talk about it. Why we go to jail? Can you speak on it? Is it legal? Does the lawyer
let you?
It's over.
Okay.
I don't want to get nobody for
It's
legal
a closed
reasons.
case now.
'Cause you know, we got
this
a couple
is-
haters out there. Don't call the cops on us right now because the music's too loud.
So this is
y'all are halfway across the city, all right? Y'all are halfway across
look.
the city.
I'll put it into simple terms, right? The cops, ever since Standard, been fucking with us
Why do you think that is, though?
because
You think are they following the name? Are they following you? Or do you think just somebody just
Or just
they're
hates us?
following the establishment.
Okay.
Hold on, let me get into a whole nother thing.
Let's go. Let's
Because-
go. That's what we're here for.
Keep it rolling. 2 a.m.
So when you
This
say
is
the
a-
establishment, are you saying somebody
Standard-
else is just hating or just the
Stage.
cops themselves?
No, stage in general.
Right, okay, no, but are you saying the cops are following that name or somebody else just constantly keeps calling?
Well, ever since
take those guys
ever
out.
since Standard,
Yeah.
right? Ever since Standard, the same people have been
Okay.
following us, and I really feel like they've been like, go do something else with your life.
True.
You know, we're not doing nothing but creating a vibe and a good time for other people, and it really, it really frustrates me, bro. Because, and you say, why did I go to jail? It really frustrates me, right? Yeah, I was drunk, but it really frustrates me when we keep on getting harassed for shit that we're just creating a good vibe, right?
True.
We're creating something new for people, right? And it really frustrates me because those same people, ever since we were on Standard, at Standard, have been following us. Poblado, Bliss, all of our clubs that we've done. Conejo Malo.
Oh, staple.
Shout out Conejo Malo.
Staple.
Miss Conejo.
Till this day, I think that was ever the best club to ever touch the city. I'm sorry. I don't care what you
Bro,
say.
that was nationwide. That was
best club.
nationwide. That was worldwide
was,
recognized. Conejo Malo
It was.
worldwide
That was the best club to touch the
recognized.
city.
You would type in places to go, Conejo Malo would pull up.
Number
That
one.
was a staple in the industry. Anyways, back to
Right.
the question.
But the people that are fucking with us, they're still fucking with us. So what I'm trying to say is like, bro, let us be. We're just DJs. Like for instance, why did I go to jail?
Yeah.
What did I?
You don't
what
have to
did
say
I-
why.
What,
Be careful because
what did I scream out? I'm getting arrested for playing music.
Pretty much. Yeah, he told. I remember exactly. I was right in front of Legacy when he was getting handcuffed. He's
Willy B has the video.
What the fuck? Y'all arrested me for playing music, man. He's like, man, fuck that. Like, but it's true. We're just playing music. Yo, we're just working. You know.
And who really has the balls? Who really has the fucking to stand up for what we're really doing? And I really feel like, you know, all of us that are here, we really stand up for what the fuck we're doing because we're not stupid. We're not stupid. We're not following into the trend. We're not following into, and that's what has
We're on our
kept
own
us.
lane.
That's what has kept us going.
True.
And it really pisses me off because, you know, like people can fucking talk shit. People can fucking, you know, try to down us. But bro, you hate that you don't have this bond. You don't have this connection that we have. We've been a collective without being a collective. True. We could easily name ourselves. But have we named ourselves?
That's corny.
You know what I mean? We could easily name ourselves as a collective.
Because at the end of the day, we got our own image. Obviously, you don't book my gigs. You don't book. You book. We all book our own gigs. We have our gigs here, but then I think if we got our private events, we got these other brands we work with, brands,
Out of town, everything, bro.
professional teams, the Texans. You know,
yeah,
I say at the end of the day, we're our own brands. Like we don't let this define us. When we come here, we're all about here. We're playing to what this brand wants, and we're booked for that reason because we're good at what we do. We're with the shout out to Texas. We're with the Texans because we're good at what we do. We're booked with
You're with the
quinceañeras.
Texans.
We're at quinceañeras. We're at quinceañeras weddings constantly every weekend because
Shout
we're
out
good.
DJ Noel.
I'm telling you, we have our own brands. Like there's no need for us. Like we're stage productions, of course. But at the end, I'm still Omix. That's still Legacy. That's Willy B. That's Noel. That's Heck. So like, hey, Heck's working with fucking Woodrow's, a fucking nationwide company. And you know what I'm saying? We have our own brands. Like we don't stop here. But when we're here, oh man, we're gonna go in here. Yeah. So that's what people don't understand. Like, oh no, y'all are just there. No, we're not. That's but the thing is, if we're somewhere, we're gonna go all in on it.
True.
We're not gonna half-ass. Oh no, I'm scared somebody's gonna fuck that. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm there, I'm there. Listen, I'm gonna end my set with this. I'm where I want to be. You guys are where you can be. You know. Listen, you don't see me every week posting. I'm not. You know. Listen,
took over the podcast.
Listen. I'm just saying because people like to get little egos in here. Listen, I'm not the one posting every Friday. I'm available tonight. No, fuck that. Listen, my schedule's set months ahead, and that's what That's what separates you. That's when you have all these brands, these people you're working with. You don't have to flex them. You don't have to talk shit. You don't have to do all this. When you know how good you are, it'll come to you. But until you get to the end, keep posting your availability.
Or oh my god!
Or what? What are you gonna say? Say it.
Omix just fucking unloaded. Omix just fucking unloaded.
Why y'all bring me on this podcast?
That's what they told me. That's what the text message sent to go all in.
So I told them, I was like, either Heck is gonna be a co-host or Omix will be a co-host. And I was like, bro, the perfect person to be on the next podcast, like, is you, brother.
Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes, don't be scared. Don't be scared to stand your ground.
And we're not gimmicky. We're not telling you what you want to hear. Like, look, I'm not saying that other podcasts are bad, right? Or other podcasts don't really give the real. But the main thing about the living your legacy is like not holding back and speaking the truth. True. I don't give a fuck about who's gonna cancel me, or I don't give a fuck about who.
Don't cancel me, please.
No, but look, check this out. It's like we don't give a fuck about that because we don't tap into that. Yeah. To that disrespectful.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we're not being disrespectful. We're just being the truth. If that's the truth.
No, we never say anything disrespectful without.
Just call it how it is. We don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah. So that's what I love, and that's why I'm glad that two of the best that we're on. And you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not trying to down anything, but speak the real. We're looking. Omix literally looked into the fucking camera, and unloaded his true feelings.
I mean, I got plenty more, but
I was like, is this a podcast or is this a goddamn therapy session?
How much time we got, 2 a.m.? How much time we got? How much time we got?
I think we deserve another shot, 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Let's do 2 more shots. I got another topic that I want to talk about real quick.
But it's true, like Omix said, like like nowadays, and there's other DJs out there in the city that bro, like that I've heard this thing said, like, you have to fake it till you make it. And I hate, bro, like, come on, like, bro, having 80K followers on Instagram, bro, and nobody knows you.
That's like, what I said it
and it's things like for example, I've seen events like from other cities, from out of town that be booking these other DJs from me. Oh, why? Because you got 80K followers.
Come in.
Now we're doing that out of town thing. Now
it's not.
Now listen,
like, bro, like only because you have this and like that. But bro, when you put them one-on-one, like I've always like, yo, like fuck it on the turntables, let's go one-on-one. I know, fuck them up.
Turntables.
Damn,
whatever.
Willie's unloaded now.
We can fuck them up. But the thing is, like, bro, like I hate the shit. Like you have to like. All these, like, there's all these other DJs out there, bro, fake as shit, like, bro. And like Omix had said earlier, like, we don't have beef with nobody. I mean, I don't have beef with nobody. I mean, I have no beef with nobody, but still, like, there's DJs out there, like, bro, like, that I have to block. Because all they do is shit talk on IG. Like, bro,
that negativity, man.
And then I see them on flyers, like, okay, such and such event from out of town is coming to the city.
And then you look at the event. Like, bro, and then you look at their event.
Oh, another reggaeton, another R&B party. Come on, though.
Stop with the fucking perreo. Stop with the perreo fucking parties, bro.
We have enough.
Also, stop with the R&B events too.
We have enough reggaeton and R&B parties.
Look,
please.
I want to shout out my boy DJ Trey Stacks for saying stop the R&B parties also, because he really fucking laid it out there. Like, stop with the perreo parties. Stop with the gimmicks.
Yeah.
Just go to your club and work. True. And fucking
True.
Like I said, we're not.
Work talks for you,
look,
bro.
The cities that do those little parties or that do the parties like that are parties that don't have places like us or that have places. Bro, you're in Houston. There are urban nights. There are plenty of fucking clubs that play great music. Houston has really great DJs. Houston has really great DJs.
But
but when you look on social media and you look at the trend, you don't need to do a party like that because people that do little parties like that are looking for somewhere to go. Houston is not like that. No. So stop.
We have enough. We have,
and then they complain about not getting paid. And then why am I not making no money? Why am I not making this? Why am I not?
See, a lot of people think that they're bigger than they are.
Oh, y'all took it already?
Oh yeah, that's gone, brother. It's gone, brother.
Yeah.
Because you gotta understand, a lot of DJs don't travel. A lot of people don't go out of town. This is all they know.
But whose fault is that?
Their egos. I'm telling you. Let's go back. You just came back from out of town. You just came back from Vegas.
Shout out to my brother, Double Play, B-Stain.
You just came back from Vegas. Fluffy just came back from Chicago.
Yep.
C-Baby just came back from New York.
I just came back from Charlotte.
Whole team traveling.
Yeah. And listen. That's beside the point. Like, listen, like the ones that are the most like talking is like, I mean, my guy. The 80K followers won't book you out of town. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand.
They're not gonna get you nowhere. That's they just live their own little world, bro. And that's the thing. That's all they do. They live that whatever that they pop it in their own little world. You know?
Listen, man,
it's not like that though. It's not like that. Like if you're not, and another thing, like bro,
let's go.
We have the best clubs in the city, bro. Bro,
I feel like you should say the travel stuff.
Centro's popping. We out here, Medellin, Pick Your Poison, Arte, Vida Garden. Like we have the best popping clubs in the city.
We got people popping bottles in Arte.
The smallest club in the city, we have people popping bottles.
The smallest club in the city.
And we have a DJ in there. Like, come on, like
it's doing better than your biggest club, but you know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just leave that.
Guys,
also, man, I hate like the ones that talk the most shit. Like, post some live mixes. Let me hear you mix more than 2 songs. My God, bro.
Don't give me a recap.
Go to my mixcloud. Go to my SoundCloud. Listen to my live mix, bro. Like, I want to hear yours. You talking all this crap? Yeah,
but please, a live mix from the club. Just press record on Serato.
Not you saying this live and you at home.
Don't go to Allen Parkway at the park and in front of downtown with a pre-recorded just acting, bro. Don't do that shit. Like, bro, I want to hear a live mix.
Damn.
Post that shit on SoundCloud. Post it on Mixcloud, bro.
The chat is now real.
Press record on your fucking Serato and come on. Don't come and put some pre-recorded shit.
Please make sure the controller's on.
2 a.m. After this, we're going to the waterfall. I got to record just record me acting right there.
Please. There's no outlets there. It's still okay.
There's not.
I don't know. I don't know how this man. I don't know,
bro. That's the thing. Like, please, like guys, like other DJs out there, like bro, like okay, all this TikTok shit going on, like bro, have I posted videos on TikTok? No. I mean, I know you have, but you're doing your shit live, though. But you're doing your shit live. It's not recorded, but it's not pre-recorded.
Almost got numbers on Mixcloud.
I do. And SoundCloud.
Yeah, I'm talking about TikTok. Like he has his videos on TikTok, but I know he's doing his shit live. But I see some motherfuckers posting like, oh shit, I'm in front of downtown on Allen Parkway, and I'm just.
But for some it works, for some it doesn't. You know, like I think there's this guy from New York. I don't know what his name is, but I think he's the one that started all that shit. And I don't know his name. I wish I did, because I've seen it and he's done. And there's another guy. I think it's EP. Shout out EP. That's my dog, bro. His TikTok, his Instagram popping. Like a lot of people don't realize, bro. Like Lilo, him, that motherfucker. Yeah, because he's in Charlotte. I think Roman just shout out Charlotte Roman. Nah, he's doing it right. He's come up with these creative ass mixes, because I even peeped them, and it's that's super dope. He has his own way of doing it, and it's not no basic shit either. It's like his whole production. It's all in. I'm talking about drones, lights,
everything,
cameras,
everything. Yeah.
And like the music selection, and bro, that's perfect. Shout out DJ Lilo. Shout out 2 a.m. He's the one that just told me who it was. And EP too. Like I said, everybody has their own EP too. Shout out to EP. EP has his own way of doing his reels and stuff. And that one,
there's another guy out in Baltimore in the DC area, MC Junior. He also doing the same thing. Like bro, like he's like, and you could tell they're being creative live. Man. It's nothing pre-recorded. It's not already like a mashup made. No, he's doing his shit live, and that's what that's how I'm like, okay, you at the club?
Low.
Hit record and upload your shit,
bro. Man, that creativity will take you so far.
Yeah.
I mean, not to keep banging on mine, but look at this shit, bro. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought we'd be
Who
right here?
would have thought?
Who would have thought we'd be right here? How at the moon?
You know what people don't realize? Well, they used to play a piano here. They used to play a piano here, dog.
That was dope, though. I like
that was
it.
dope. That was dope.
That was dope.
That was probably the only spot that was actually, but like the rest of the spots we were hurting. Because I was DJing next door. It used to be, I think it was Sage County.
Celtic Garden.
And Celtic Garden. And then Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
But this place was playing a live band with a piano. Now it's a Latin club. Dog. You talking about creativity? To take that to what it is now? Yeah. Come on, man. It's like, so shout out to DJ, shout out to the owners, the promoters, everybody that's being creative. Because there's promoters too killing it. There's promoters doing their own fucking way. Yeah. There's some promoters that are like, all right, what are you doing, dog? You know?
So how important is it to keep creating a new wave instead of riding a wave?
You have to,
like, bro. Like, how important is it in today's industry to create a new wave? Right? Why would you want to ride? And to be honest, guys, let's get into it right now, because I got another thing that I'm a piggyback on, but. When we did the standard, and even I can go against it, when we went full Latin, after that, how many clubs went full Latin?
Everybody.
The whole strip.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
How many places wanted to say, oh, I think I'm going to get a crowd because I'm going full Latin?
Yeah.
How many places did it trying to piggyback off of what we were doing, what was Mike, what Mike was doing?
Even here where we at now, you have down the street, on the other side of the block, over here. I see, Latin night, perreo night, like, bro.
Oh, Latin nights kill me, bro. Perreo nights kill me. Latin nights kill me. It's no disrespect, but goddamn, like, do something different, dude. Like, goddamn, just go back to the music, because right now everybody's tired of perreo nights. Everybody's tired of
the Bad Bunny theme nights.
Oh my God.
2025.
It's like those type of
2025,
bro. Those type of nights will kill his following.
What?
Those type of nights.
Hold on.
No, I'm saying those type of nights will. Those type of nights will kill. All right, I'm hearing too many. I'm hearing too many Bad Bunny songs. I'm hearing too many Bad Bunny songs. Maybe in Houston, not worldwide, because that motherfucker. But I'm just saying, when you keep on doing Bad Bunny, like, stop, stop.
Listen, on a positive note. Listen, I think we already got we're.
I
mean, we got for the next one. For the next one,
at 2 a.m.
It's 11:30. We had to work too. Listen, me and Legacy got to get back to work, real work. Anyways, no. Will it be a fucking...
I'll let you close it.
Will it be a fucking pleasure? A legend in the game. OG. I used to listen. I still love when this motherfucker plays. I'll go fucking sit down and listen to this motherfucker. This motherfucker's working now 5 days a week. He was working 7, but this motherfucker, like I'm saying, I'm working. He's working. I'm going to sleep. He's working. I wake up. He's still working. So no, nothing but love. My brother, inside and outside the industry, one of the most solid motherfuckers. Thank you so much, my brother Legacy. Thank you for having me again. Thank you for letting me host. Let me host more. This is fun.
No, the first podcast, you were very quiet.
Well, I was a media trained. I'm media trained now.
We opened one more, a little bit more than that.
I was like, motherfucker, you've been on the radio.
Yeah, but you hit me with some questions. I was prepared. But we're media trained now, so now we know how to. No, I'm just kidding. Now, once again, man,
thank you. Trained. Fuck y'all.
Thank you so much, man. Legacy, thank you for having me. Willy B, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man. I know you're probably already behind because you have 10 more gigs. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we're going to leave off where we left off for the next podcast. Legacy will figure out where to take it from there. But once again, man, thank you so much. Shout out to 2 a.m., Stage Productions, and everybody, man. Thank you so much. We out, guys. Be safe.
Legacy. Thank you, Legacy.